Oh shit, I forgot to hide the UI. That's embarrassing. Hi. This is the first of this kind of running series I want to start. If you're wondering what the name means, basically I'm going to try to play at least a bit of a dating sim. Hi! Of a dating sim every Saturday, unless I can't make it to the stream for whatever reason. That's standard. Um, let me, have I even unzipped the fucking file? Please tell me I have. And I'll do it right now then. Hey! Welcome back. This is awkward. Um, there we go. We are playing a game. I've had this game since like 2018, I think. Because I bought a bundle on itch.io. It's a dating sim called Changeling. I've never played it before, so I have no idea what this game is going to be like. Um, but we'll figure it out as we go. Let's see. Hey Zen, welcome. I don't know why OBS doesn't have an option to like set where layering is. That's annoying. Um, Let me remove the background for this one because it's not square. There we go. Um, so again, never played this game before, so let's hope it actually works out well. Um, okay, there we go. You sure will. Uh, Sal. OBS is wild sometimes, indeed. Uh, and now the story begins. Sal Nakamata. Oh yeah, no, I go by they them. I chat was a little bit cut off on the side because it's kind of hard to see. When I was little, I dreamed of being carried away to a far-off land. It was a recurring dream of flying through the air, surrounded by softly singing voices. Me when I take Tim Benadryl and start seeing the Hat Man. Back then, I read book after book of old fairy tales in my grandmother's study, the kind where good children didn't always make it out of the dark swamp unscathed, and sometimes the goblins won. By the way, when the screen's black, we can't see shit. Wait, huh? Oh shit. Let me figure something out. Let me re-enable the background and see if I can just get it right here. And then hopefully this works. Center vertically. Let me push the background back a little bit too, actually. I should, honestly. Maybe I could. I'll have to go into Streamlabs and figure that out. Imagine the female lead as a psychopath. That would be interesting, real. Yeah, not gonna lie. There. Now you can see the chat messages and shit. And let me just fix this again because it got all wonky. There we go. Love me some crazy. During the day, I would run through the forest by our house and pretend the stories were real. Every tree was a sentinel watching over me, and rustling leaves were the sweet whispers of fairies coaxing me further and further from the house. Then it all crumbled. The trees and games had to be left behind. Books were together just on the shelves, and dreams were left to fade into memory. Damn, did you get depression or something? Years passed, and all that remained were the distant games and pretend play of childhood. You can still do that. You just stopped reading? That sucks. Back then, I didn't know a real fairy tale. I didn't know that real fairy tales were darker than anything I could have possibly dreamed up on my own. I mean, the big sub turns to how to kill someone in a different variation. Chapter 1, Homecoming. We had nearly reached the new house. I was eager to get out of this cramped car and see the new place. The long road trip wasn't agreeing with me, but I couldn't complain too much. After 5 years of a city I hated, we were finally moving back to Pine Hollow, the place where I grew up. Nice. I could never get back to the town where I grew up. That alone was enough to keep my sanity intact during the tense trip back. Fortunately, the reason behind the move wasn't fantastic. Grandpa was ill again, and this time was under strict orders to take it easy. Since he had to avoid stress, he needed Dad's help with his business. Of course, he didn't think so, but Grandma was adamant. Get help or retire. Stubborn ass. So we were on our way back so Dad could take over, in theory anyway, not that Grandpa would let him. In any case, Dad wasn't too... You're not even an adult? Is that what I'm hearing? You just kind of stopped reading when you were a teenager? Oh, mood, I hate... We love Grandma here. Agreed. In my case, Dad wasn't... But in any case, Dad wasn't happy about leaving his current job, so our house in the city, behind. Much less moving back across state lines to our previous home. I was, though. I missed Grandma and Grandpa, I missed the trees and the looming embrace of the mountains that made Pine Hollow feel enclosed and protected. As usual, MC always has a tragic-ass backstory or something. Yeah. When it's the part where we're gonna find out the main character has trauma. I missed my best friend. What I wouldn't miss was the stifling humidity of the city, constant smell of hot rubber and car exhaust. Not to mention the lack of stars and the way rain made everything smell like rust instead of warm earth. You didn't really mention the noise. That was what got me. It wasn't all terrible. The parks were pretty, and being nearer to the water had been fun. School hadn't been awful. I was hardly the loner girl sulking in the corners. Couldn't be me. I'd had friends, and I would miss them. But Allie wasn't just a friend. She was practically family. No one in the city would compare to that. Tragic. She never learned how to read. Yo, I'm Sal. I'm 21, and I never fucking learned how to read. And the city had never felt like home. I smiled slightly as the scenery beyond the car windows became more and more familiar. My tiredness faded into excitement. What's a character without a sprinkle, an entire salt shaker of trauma? Yeah. This new house isn't that far from the old one, is it? Only a few miles apart. This one's in a different neighborhood, though. Salt lamp's worth of trauma. Damn, y'all making me want to lick my salt lamp. Lots of trees, very wooded. I think you two will really like it after we get settled in. Dad said that, but from the look on Spencer's face, I didn't think it was true. Not for him, anyway. Dad pointed to a small, forested mountain a few miles ahead. The neighborhood is nestled at the foot there and winds up the slope. It feels rural, but rural. I can never fucking pronounce that word. but it's within walking distance of the town square. I was glad it didn't look like much development had happened in the years we've been gone. In fact, it didn't look like much changed at all. So much forest, I almost forgot what it was like. It's easy to get lost in. I would, but it's kind of far. And I think it would make my model bug out. I gave him a sharp look and found him staring at me in a disquieting way he'd picked up over the last years. He was already trying to start a fight about that. I quickly looked away, unwilling to give him the satisfaction. Well, chat, we gotta get lost in the woods. We getting lost in the woods with this one. Another thing I missed was me and Spencer being close. Like, everyone seemed to think twins ought to be. But I didn't think that just moving back to Pine Hollow was going to fix that, though. Not with jabs like that aimed at me. Let it go already. No one is going to get lost, and I want you both to give me your word that you'll be careful in the forest. I don't want to have to bang you from hiking. Hold on, buddy, the lamp's expression about to go salty. And now Mom was starting too. I was still on the back of the seat, watching the kaleidoscope of fall colors slide past. I expected that issue to be brought up now that we were moving back, but I hadn't expected to start getting lectured before we even reached the new house. The realtor said there were trails. But, you know, that probably means animal trails, not actual hiking trails. It can be dangerous if you aren't careful. A lot of twins hate each other. Yeah, I'd assume so. I wouldn't know. I don't even have siblings. We're not little kids anymore. Hey, no, that, mm-mm. Don't bring up that topic, please. There are lots of coyotes here, and cougars, even bears. There's also a pretty deep ravine in the woods behind the house, from what I understand. We just want to make sure everyone stays safe. Now that we're back, we don't want... Jeez, it's been 5 years. Let me get lost in the woods! I'm kind of tired of blaming everyone for their uneasiness about the whole thing. Yeah, I don't know why, is it just like off... Yeah, no, it was just off screen. Okay, thanks for being completely useless, chat messages. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube Studio. Okay, there we go. I didn't know y'all could hear the typing. I couldn't entirely blame everyone for their uneasiness about the whole thing. Disappearance 5 years ago. Ah, damn, someone went missing in the woods. I wonder what happened to them. It's totally not related to the name of the game at all. My disappearance 5 years ago. Oh! I've been doing okay. Unless you mean what I was doing just now, I was just, like, doing some moderation shit. It's the reason we moved in the first place. Not just the disappearance itself, though. I've been gone for more than a week, and that definitely caused some drama. But there was the issue of how I just showed back up, and the other things that happened around that time. 5 years later, my family is still shattered by the repercussions of what happened back then. Damn, what happened? Like, fuck y'all talking about? Of course I wanted to move on. Everything back then had been my fault. Not just the family drama that I endured as a whole, but what had happened to Spencer. Those weren't wounds that could just heal overnight. Not the emotional ones, not the physical ones. Definitely not the one inflicted on our relationship. What the fuck happened to Spencer? And none of my apologies again ever helped. Dad turned onto a quiet street that wound its way up into the tree. Fuck, I can't speak. A few tree. Fuck. A few rooftops poked through the foliage. It was a great neighborhood that reminded me of a little of where we'd lived before. The sweetness of nostalgia helped wash away some of the lingering bitterness from the previous conversation. I miss the woods. Imagine getting lost in the woods so you see a naked clown grandma. Oh my god. And yeah, I miss the woods too. I loved the place from the moment we turned onto the street and passed over a trickling creek that vanished into the woods. Down at the foot of the mountain, within walking distance of the houses, was the main street of the town, filled with little shops and restaurants, but the neighborhood, hidden behind a thick wall of trees and curled around the mountainside, felt secluded and quiet. Who cooked her? Your creepy pasta's been introduced man even Slenderman got fat. It was beautiful and perfect. Okay, but here's the biggest question. Does the internet work? That is the worst part about living in a smaller town, is that the internet fucking sucks. Never let bro cook again. Sal, go check the boxes up your room to make sure they're putting the right. They put the right ones there. I'll let you unpack your things first, and I want you downstairs to help in the kitchen. Spencer, same for you. We were already arranged most of the furniture in the house under Grandma's supervision, but the boxes with the smaller items and personal belongings still need unpacking. Damn, what are we, a Pokemon protagonist? Since she had to take care of Grandpa, Grandma couldn't do much more than tell him where to put the furniture and try to get the basics set up for us. We still have a ton of work left to do. Mom immediately busied herself trying to hang the curtains and make the house look lived in. Dad started ripping into the boxes in the family room. Your mom ugly. Rather have no Wi-Fi than having a potato Wi-Fi. I was about to say, wow, rude. Yeah, no. Spencer vanished upstairs. I left Mom in the kitchen and went to take a look at the rest of the downstairs. We gotta catch 'em all. Honestly, Sam Slover is so overstimulating. Agreed. This house is really great. Glad you like it, honey. It wasn't new, but it had been renovated inside. It looked modern and new, but it still felt old and full of memories and someone else's history. I love it already. My bedroom was right next to Spencer's. Nice bed. Who the fuck put the pillows there, though? They did not even try. Like, come on. Actually, who laid this entire room out? There is I think that's a couch in the corner, but it's blocked off by the desk. The pillows are crooked. I don't know why there's just like a closet, I think, and then there's an easel blocking the closet. Fucked up looking bed. Worse than Grandpa's bed in Stardew Valley. My bedroom was right next to Spencer's. Never let Spencer cook. The only thing separating them was a small shared bathroom. That was going to be so much fun. It did act like getting intrusion into his personal space was a huge affront, so I had to walk on eggshells if I didn't want to fight with him. I think he has emotional problems in that case. Like, bro, get therapy. Chill. Can only begin to imagine his whining about having to share counter space with all my icky girl things, like a hairbrush and hand lotion. This mom would make that one feng shui guy. The horror. That aside, my room was pretty nice. It's bright and airy, and I loved seeing my things already put exactly where have put them anyway. Yeah, she would. Yeah, it would make that guy so upset. What do you mean that's where you put all these things? This is the worst laid out bedroom I've ever fucking seen. Looks like Grandma even got my bed ready. Do you mean ready as in she tossed the pillows haphazardly onto the bed so that it's impossible to comfortably lay on them? All I had to do was unpack the rest of my personal stuff. She got no things. I started with my school things, pulling the tape off of one box to get what was inside. Suddenly the door to my side of the bathroom burst open. Spencer walked in, dropped a dusty box on my clean bedspread. Wow, rude. Don't become interior designer. Wow, dude, you're just fucking up my bed, getting dust all over it. That's rude. Just put it on the fucking floor. He could have at least knocked. And staying inside the room is less empty than that. They gave me one of yours. Don't pick a fight. Just stay calm. No, actually, I want to pick a fight. Bro just dropped a dusty ass box onto my clean bed sheets. Told you never let Spencer cook. He might burn the house. I am picking a fight with this man because he just ruined my fucking bedspread. I moved the box to the floor without saying anything. Spencer started to leave. Hang on, let me make sure I don't have any of yours. Hopefully he didn't have a habit of bursting in. Being my twin brother didn't mean he got to invade my privacy whenever he wanted. I need to stop eating too. My stomach hurt. I'm sorry. Especially since he'd have an aneurysm if I had slammed into his room that way. I quickly sorted through the box to see if any of his were lurking in my room. Sure enough, I found one with his name clearly scrawled on top. Here, I think this one has some of your clothes. I nudged the box toward him with my foot. He scowled at me before peeking up and stalking back to his room. Bro, chill the fuck out. The door to his side of the bathroom slammed shut. Yeah, you're welcome. I felt like every interaction with him was like that lately. It was the worst than ever, actually. But then he wasn't likely to forget his negative memories of Pine Hollow soon, and I was pretty sure he was just annoyed by the fact I was happy to be back, which meant taking it on me, of course. Bro needs therapy in that case. He never loved this place the way I had anyway, so he wasn't really inclined to overlook the bad memories in the first place. I believe what you mean is trauma. No one gets that upset over bad memories. I decided to continue pulling things out of boxes. Patience, patience. It was just hard to have all this stuff stirred up again. I mean, even if I had accepted responsibility for what happened back then, I didn't think it meant I also had to sentence myself to guilt and misery forever. Bro could have my psychiatrist for an appointment. Not for something that had happened when I was 12, something I couldn't even remember. He's holding a grudge from when you were 12? How old are you? I left my boxes on the floor and went to peer out the window. I pressed my hand against the glass, watching the trees sway slightly in the fall breeze. It was probably stupid to say I felt more complete in this town. At a glance, it looked like dozens of others you'd find scattered through the area. It was beautiful and sunny sometimes, and others, it was really eerie. There were days when the clouds hung low over the mountains, the fog was super thick through the trees, you could almost imagine it was haunted. The truth was that I felt I had lost something in this place 5 years ago. Maybe I was only happy to be here because I felt that now and had the chance to get it back. I left the window and went back to unpacking before Mom started yelling at me to come join the battle of unbubble wrapping the kitchenware. No offense, based on her looks, she's 30. Yeah, I didn't. When I heard that she was, like, in school or some shit, I was just like, what do you mean? Is this a high schooler, or is this the lady down the street who would report you to home security? She's 17 or 18. In any case, I was being annoyingly sentimental. Pine Hollow was special to me, maybe, but it wasn't special in general. It's one of those little towns with more urban legends than any reasonable person could count. Hundreds of stories about creepy happenings in the woods, and for every one of them, no matter how unlikely, there were dozens of people willing to believe it. Considering it was 5 years ago, yeah. It's probably why people are so quick to leap on the oddities of my disappearances. Gee, I wonder if your disappearance has anything to do with the title of the game. weren't really even that odd. At least I didn't think so. Thank you, Zen, for doing the math for me. Rational Public wrote them off as strange and explainable. I got lost, then got unlost. Big deal. Though to be fair, the first time it happened, I was 9, and when I got unlost, I was also unhurt, even after 10 days in the woods alone. It was definitely lucky I got home safely. It wasn't supernatural. Yeah, sure it wasn't. Sure it wasn't. Not like some people apparently insisted. It was just the amnesia that caught people off guard, I think. I couldn't remember a thing that happened while I was missing. I still couldn't. I wonder why. But psychogenic amnesia was a thing. What kid would want to remember being terrified in the woods for a week and a half? Not me, clearly. I started filling my closet with clothes and carefully lined up my shoes and boots. I should totally get a new pair to celebrate being home. I left the closet and began. You have multiple pairs of shoes? Wait, damn, she has better survival skills than me if I have GAD. If her birthday is on February 29th. We start back to school Monday, after an inevitably busy weekend. Same private school we'd gone to before we left. Damn, you got signed up for it that quick? That was the only thing I had mixed feelings about. There had just been such a fuss about my last disappearance, the one when I was 12. That would have been the real catalyst for everything. That had been when everything just broke. I'd been missing for nearly 2 weeks. The newspapers were running dramatic and hopeless stories. There was speculation about whether I was a runaway or if it was a ploy for attention. After all, it had happened to me before. There were search parties out every day looking for any sign of me. My parents were heartbroken. Again. Spencer was at the search party one evening and got separated from them. They heard us scream and feared the worst, but he ran out of the woods in deadly hysterics, clutching at one of his eyes. A lovely lady she married in Japan. Then I walked out after him, dazed but unharmed. Girl, did you maul him? He never found anything wrong with his eye. He lost the vision in it, but no one knew the reason. Hey! Fellow only one eye haver. He was saying a lot of crazy things at the time. No one knew if he hit his head or maybe got attacked by a stray cougar. I think he got attacked by you. And again, I didn't remember a thing. There's a lot of public interest in this due to the fact that it was the second one involving our family, and me specifically. People love mysteries, and I had given them one. If I wasn't making it up, and I wasn't, then what sort of drama could give me amnesia twice? Oh yeah, do I need to yeah, I need to set up an audio thing. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there we go. Tell me if it's too loud, by the way. I'm not sure if it is. I can't hear it, like, the way you guys are hearing it. Yeah, music. I forgot that it doesn't automatically capture that shit unless I have desktop audio enabled, and I usually keep it disabled. No one could do anything but speculate. Endlessly. My family tried to just get on with life. But it hadn't been easy, more like impossible. There had just been too much stupid speculation and skepticism. At school there were rumors that we'd both done the whole thing for attention and Spencer's injury was fake. That he had a psychotic episode and tried to kill me. I think it was the opposite. Also, that's ableist. It was a mess. And so we just left. Why am I even thinking about this again? Memories? I shook off all those old negative thoughts. It was years ago. People had forgotten. Everything was going to be fine. I don't think everything is going to be fine. I stacked the empty boxes off to the side. On the opposite side, amnesia plus amnesia equals forgetting your whole existence. On the opposite end of the room, I set up my painting things. The cabinet for my art supplies was nearby, and I quickly stacked everything inside. The sunny room was going to be perfect for painting. It even faced north. I hope that they remembered that when they picked this room for me. Why does it matter if it's facing north? Whatever. Sal, are you finished yet? I'm nearly done. Give me a few more minutes. I turned my attention to my small library of old books. I had all the classics, all used in Worn and Beautiful. Of course, there was lots of Shakespeare. Amnesia sucks. Agreed. It only took a few minutes to get the books on the shelves. I'd try to organize them properly tomorrow. Lighting props. Yeah, true. Once I'd finished unpacking, I gave my room a satisfied once-over before heading downstairs to help Mom unpack the kitchen. What should I do with the boxes in my room? I'll have to figure out what the recycling pickup schedule is so we can crush them and set them out. For now, just leave them. Your small town has a recycling schedule? Bro, we were lucky to have a trash schedule. Most people just had to take their stuff directly to dump. Okay. Now can you set these out on the back porch? She motioned to a few large, empty flower pots near the table. No problem. When you're back, I have a few things for you to take to the basement. Yay. Come on, hurry it up. Aye, Captain. I head to the stack of pots vanished while wanting me back to the back door with them. Navigating the door handle was a bit interesting, but I managed to get outside without breaking anything. I set it out near the old brick columns that looked across the overgrown yard. It's like interesting, probably. I hopped off the porch to go investigate. Who is that alien? I fucking hate breaking down boxes, same. At the back, the little hallway area was a fence. There was a small ring with a large ring of white mushrooms with round caps. I wonder what relevance that could have to the game's title. If this is supposed to be a plot twist, they did a very bad job with it. A fairy ring. I smiled and crouched down and poked one of them. We had one at our last house, too. Dad tried everything to get rid of it, but was very persistent. No matter what he treated it with, it always came back. Yeah, it's because of the mycelium. Ah, shit. Hold on. Let me do something real quick. Okay, hopefully that fixes things. I'm not really sure how to fix the lag entirely, but... I wouldn't be happy about it, but for some reason I liked having it there. I wonder why. I smiled slightly. I remember playing with Spencer in our previous backyard. We'd play tag, and whoever made it inside the circle first would be safe. Or we'd lay inside it and pretend we could see the fairies dancing on the mushroom tops or playing in the tree branches. I took a long, deep breath. I'm so glad to be back. What are you doing out here? Simon stood carefully brushing off my jeans. Why does he always have to sound so angry? Mom has more work for you to do. You know, if you have time for daydreaming and communing with nature. Bro, chill out. It's not that big of a deal. It's not that deep. Is it possible you're free to speak to me like I'm a human being? It would be if I was sure you were a human being. Harsim? I'm wondering. Is this really dating sim? And I'm not sure. It seems like a dating sim. Let me check the game's itch.io page. I think I still have it. No, I don't have it open, but I can open it. Shit. Where the fuck is my cursor? Okay, there. Yeah, no, it says dating sim. DDLC court question mark. Yeah, true. I hate the way he always said things like that with a completely straight face. Probably because you fucking mauled him. Haha, very amusing. I assure you that sisters are indeed human. Brothers, however, I'm not sure about. No, that's not what he means. This isn't a misogyny thing or a sibling hatred thing. You mauled him. Normally one would assume you hadn't meant it literally, but I could never tell with him. Probably because you mauled him. Just get back inside. As he turned away, he snapped a foot out, kicking over a few of the mushrooms. First choice. Chat, what we thinking? Okay, we got one vote for get angry. Chat, should we stay calm or should we maul him again? Alright, we're getting angry. Spencer hath cursed himself. Couldn't help but get angry. It was probably petty of me, but he always did that kind of thing. I was so tired of it. I grabbed his arm, holding it tightly while he tried to pull away. Why do you always have to do things like that? Get angry, bro. He deserves to be decorated in the Christmas tree. Who cares? They're just mushrooms. What's your problem? Limb by limb. You are. You don't always have to lash out at things just because I like them. He opened his mouth to respond, but couldn't quite get it out. What are you two doing out here? Quit fighting and get back in here and help. He started it. Seriously, he started it. Spencer yanked his arm out of my grasp, narrowing his eyes. Don't touch me. His angry hiss echoed in my head as I watched him stalk back inside. Damn, bro, you don't have to be racist to the possible fae that replaced your sister. I looked down at the crumbled mushrooms lying in broken bits on the grass. They grow back. Stupid to care. Yeah, my mycelium is a bitch. I hated seeing something pretty messed up for a stupid reason. I hated they had to ruin everything like some kind of creepy assassin of joy. Creepy assassin of joy sure is a quote. I shoved my hands in my pockets and headed back inside. There was a quiet rustle of dried leaves behind me and I glanced back. There was nothing there. Probably a squirrel or something. Casting one last glance at the fairy ring, I stepped back to the kitchen prepared for a list of chores to complete before dinner. I was just glad Dad was already talking about ordering pizza instead of trying to cook. Hell yeah, pizza. That night I had a vivid dream. In it was the sense I was looking for something and had to find my way back, and that I had to find my way home. There were tall trees draped in emerald moss and groping branches that reached to the sun. There was faint singing, childish voices whose words I couldn't make out. There was a dream that left the taste and smell of warm, wet earth in my mouth as I woke. That isn't very pleasant. I smelled cooking fan, which replaced me with bacon and eggs as sunlight warmed my eyelids, beckoning me to wake up. Yawn, snore, this game is so slow-paced. I agree. When are we going to see the cute boys? I had pizza for lunch. Pizza's a yippee moment. Agreed. I rolled over and snuggled deep in my blankets. Mom was already up. I could hear her downstairs talking to Dad as she cooked breakfast. Vertical sunlight against my eyelids coaxed me out of sleep and warmed my face. Sal, I know you want to sleep in, but you still have a lot of unpacking to do. Why is it only me that has to help? I'm up. Sort of. The last remnants of my dream faded as I staggered out of bed to my closet to rummage for something to wear. It's a dream I'd had many times, so not for a while. Gee, I wonder. He's a bear with a bee, you know what else is bee? He's a bitch. That sense of having to get home, I assumed it was a dream from when I got lost in the woods. Howdy. New chat member. For I got spirited away, as my grandmother always called it. No way, like the Studio Ghibli movie? Is that how you pronounce that? Ghibli? I don't know how to pronounce that name. Hi, Airs. Yeah. Hi, Airs. Payback was just a dredging up some of those old feelings I had from back then. I asked over my half-open curtains. It looks a bit chilly this morning. I should probably find something warm. This far north, it always felt like summer simply stopped abruptly, giving way to instant autumn. Yesterday when we'd arrived, it had been sunny with a hint of chill, but I was betting the mornings were pretty cold. Hey, Mom says stop fooling around, get your butt downstairs. Get the fuck out of my room. I'm playing Minecraft. I nearly jumped out of my skin when he just walked into my room. In response, I snatched a stray sock and threw it his way. Get dressed, you creep. Then shut the door. Fine. I marched across the room and slammed the door in Spencer's face. I threw my clothes on and wrinkled my curly hair into some semblance of a ponytail. Is that what you fucking call a ponytail? Your hair's still down. Stream was Valorant. Airs would be my favorite. What is the name of this game? Changeling. Yeah, it's in the stream title, I'm pretty sure. Function over fashion or whatever. I was downstairs in time to see Mom setting out the plates. First breakfast in the new home. Ah, you really went all out. Bacon, eggs, even pancakes, and glorious, glorious coffee. Dad walked by munching on something and Mom scowled at him. Sit at the table if you want to eat. Change logs. Change log. Added Faye. He reached for another piece of bacon, but she slapped his hand. He just grinned at her. As soon as she turned away, he grabbed the bacon and shoved it in his mouth, then fled the room. All my eyes was about to sit when Mom yanked my breakfast away ruthlessly. What? She pointed to several garbage bags in a box by the store. Let me fucking eat! Let me eat my food so I actually have the energy to do chores. God, my food is gonna get cold before I'm done. Uh-oh. You said you'd take them out last time and didn't. The bags go in the bins out front and the box goes in the tool shed out back. Both of them. Before breakfast. Mom, I'm hungry. I crave sustenance. I made a sad whining noise and pawed at her for my plate. She wasn't buying it. Spencer swung by the table and took the plate out of her hand, snatching a piece, bacon off it and shoving it in his mouth. Like father, like son. Thanks, Mom. Looks delicious. That's mine, just so you know. He sidled past me, holding the plate just out of reach. There's plenty of food. Take the trash out, then you can eat. You are so mean, all of you. It's useless to argue. I already knew that. Did they just hate us? Why am I being forced to do everything? God. I sighed and trudged to the door, fumbling with a pair of flip-flops there just before picking my poison and heading out. Take the box to the backyard. I hope you know that this is cruel and unusual punishment. I would say pizza. It's not punishment, just fulfilling obligations. Cruel. Really got out the last word before the door slammed shut. She was big about obligations and responsibilities. Wasn't too bad, I guess. Dad was way worse. I wriggled the box back to the tool shed in the far corner of the backyard. What's even in this thing? There must have been a few tools and stuff since it was heading to the shed. Why don't you seriously just get rid of them anyway? That was a menace with anything sharp connected to a power source. He was a businessman to the core, but a handyman, not so much. That stories ensued the moment he got his hands on tools. I waded through the weeds to the tool shed, noting all the flower beds were still full of wilted bulbs. It needed some major cleanup. I glanced at the fairy room when I passed it. New mushrooms had already popped up to replace the ones Spencer kicked over. Usually they don't do it that fast, as far as I'm aware. It's like Bea's child becomes hybrid princess, Gotcha life will probably just become a dead princess instead. Broski, we're gonna die. I'm always impressed with how fast those things grow. I smiled to myself. The shed was bolted shut. I wonder if anyone had even tried to open it yet. If there were spiders in there, I will definitely scream. Finally, a protagonist that represents me. I think they hear because they can tell she's not their daughter. Yeah, still kind of paranoid, honestly. Since the box door looked over, the bolt checked for creepy crawlies, especially those huge intimidating orb weavers. The door slammed at the next house over. I glanced over instinctually, but of course the privacy fence blocked my view. Regardless, it was impossible to avoid eavesdropping on what happened to be two young guys talking. Coward. Did you have to drag me out of bed so early with this? I was up half the night. You're always up half the night. Come on, exercise is good for you to actually help you with this. I know. Two guys for sure. One had a deep, warm voice, the other just sounded half asleep. Mood. I smiled as I finally slid the bolt over and shoved the door open. It sounded like two high schoolers, maybe around my age. think she's adopted, that's why they're mean to her. Quickly dropped the box off to one side and stepped out of the shed before some gross, creepy crawly got on me. You know, with your skills, you'd be great at this, so I'm not going to take it easy on you. Hey, be careful, we're really a match for your crazy... Just catch. Rah! Roblox oof sound. Not adopted on purpose. Ow. I wasn't quite sure what just happened. I stepped out of the shed and suddenly I was on the ground so you started trying to figure out what just bounced off my head. Great first impressions, guys. It looked vaguely football-shaped. Who throws like that? Oh my god, are you okay? Blink rapidly looked around. Okay, now I'm hearing voices descending from the sky. I probably have brain damage. Up here. Oh, right. Someone was peering at me at the top of the wooden fence. This is one of our love interests. No. Lots of rustling and suspicious moves later, a huge dark-haired guy swung over the tree branch and into my yard. Wow, maybe it was just blurred vision, but he was quite good-looking. We have different definitions of that, I suppose. Before I knew it, Mr. Tall, Dark, and Attractive was... What happened to handsome? Who the fuck says tall, dark, and attractive? Was dealing over me with a worried look on his face. Where's the girl? I need my Yuri. Where's Allie? We need to see the gayness. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize they would be back here and, well, get the fuck out of my personal space, bro. You were way too close. Fro was supposed to catch that. He, missed. You okay? Felt hands on my face as the boy tried to brush. Get your fucking hands off me. I do not know you well enough for that. She can still heat it up. Personally, he would be having his nose broken right now if it was me, but... I mean, if people attempt to push his hands away as he graves the painful bump forming. I'm fine, seriously. I mean, you really have a really good arm, but the stars and the little birds are fading, so I think I'll be fine. He gave me a really sweet, apologetic smile. Still know how I plan to meet the new neighbors. He stood and offered me a hand, which I took myself to pull. Well, there are worse ways to make an unforgettable first impression. Then again, given the size of the lump on my head, I may well forget this whole thing in a few minutes anyway. Damn, girl. I'm kidding. He breathed an almost comical sigh of relief. You are... Short driving my car to your house. I can't imagine how this could get much worse. I'm Danny, by the way. No way, Danny Phantom and my dating sim. And are you really okay? Sal, nice to meet you. And yes, I suspect the brain damage will be minimal. I'm really, really sorry. Stop apologizing. And also, get out of my yard. Hello, everything okay over there? Is that Seb from Stardew Valley or some shit? Anyways, I like him more. I like him more. Another had popped over the fence. This one belonged to a pale, purple-haired boy. Definitely the sleepyhead. You know, mod that makes him Danny Phantom. I mean, it is made in Renpai. I could do that. I mean, it would take a while, but I could do that. Oh, hello there. This is my friend Elliot. Like, Elliot Stardew Valley? No way. Most people call him Mozzie. Why the fuck would you call him that? I do not... Where's the correlation? He was supposed to catch that. I smirked up at the boy dangling over the fence. Good job. He returned the smirk with a silly grin. Hey, playing catch with the quarterback this morning was not my idea. I am sorry, though. You have a huge bump on your head. Can we stop commenting about the bump on my head, please? I just my forehead and winced. Yeah, that might need some ice. See, if our mom didn't make us take a fucking box out here and just let us eat breakfast, this wouldn't have happened. With luck, it'll get me out of helping unpack the kitchen. They both laughed. Well, we try to be helpful. Next time, could you just pretend to bounce a ball off my head? I'm really, really sorry. I said it's okay. Still feel bad, though. It's fine, I'll live with minimal brain damage. Most likely. Yeah, we already had brain damage, don't worry about it. We both looked at the purple-haired guy who was still peering down at us from the fence. So, not to interrupt, but I was just wondering... I mean, I guess we'll be starting school around here soon? Mom's the antic. Agreed. She's just setting us up. The whole game, she's just gonna lead us to get more and more brain damage. Yeah, on Monday. We're both seniors at Stone Circle Academy, you? Oh, cool, my brother and I are seniors too. We'll be starting there on Monday. That's where we went before we moved. Nice. You still live here? A few years ago, yeah, we're moving back to be close to my grandparents. Gotcha. So you and your brother are the same grade. Twins. You lucked out though. I'm the good one, Spencer's evil, and you'll... What the hell, son? You're supposed to be helping out and I was flirting with the locals. Back the fuck off. I am flirting with a goth boy. Get the fuck out. Mind your business. Just because you can't get bitches doesn't mean I can't. Ah yes, great timing as always. Finish up out there, get back inside. Mom's looking for you. Tries to get us bitches, actually causes us brain damage. Finish up out here, get back inside. Mom's looking for you. I glared at the house as Spencer's head of auburn curls vanished back into the kitchen. See? Evil. Sorry not to interrupt your unpacking with flirting, especially when it entails nearly knocking you unconscious. I'll make it up to you sometime. Nah, blame my mom. It's not a big deal, so I wouldn't object if you aim for my brother's head next time instead. I mean, since you like being so helpful. Let's give my brother brain damage. I'll try. It's nice to meet you. Elliot, right? Yep. I guess I'll see you on Monday. Yeah. You vanished behind the fence again, leaving me alone with Daddy. Mind if I got to the gate on my way out? Yeah, no problem. Showed him the way, then went back inside for an ice pack and breakfast. I was just a few minutes fussing over my head before setting the plate down in front of me and giving me the long list of chores I had to complete. Our fucking brother needs to pick up some slack. Jesus Christ. It's going to be a long, long day. Stone Circle Academy. I don't see them anywhere. They're all at counter last night. Where are they? How the heck should I know? You never let me drive, so I don't keep up with the car keys. You two are going to be late for your first day if you don't find them soon. Not my fault. Spencer was scouring the house looking for the car keys, so he insisted he left on the counter. Damn, the face stole them, bro. I'm sorry. That's just what happens in this part of the woods. That's just... You're just gonna have to learn to deal with that, man. I was running through the breakfast dishes, so Mom was supervising. Spencer let out an exasperated groan from near the door where he was hunting around for the keys. Where's my other shoe? Oh my god, I don't know. I don't keep up with your stuff. I finished the dishes and wiped my hands, grabbing my book bag and then headed to the front porch to see if Spencer had left the keys there instead. I'm late because of you. We won't be late if you just help me find the keys. Maybe you should just learn to keep a key ring. I wouldn't have to help you find them if you just kept up with your stuff. He stalked to the front to check the little shelf by the cabinet there. No keys. I don't know why I opened the cabinet to check the side. When I pulled the door open, I was confronted by Spencer's worn-out tennis shoe. I blinked at it in surprise. What the? I searched out the cabinet and I snatched it out of the cabinet and stalked back into the kitchen. I can only imagine I sleep-deprived Mom and put it there while doing the last thing unpacking. I wonder if Spencer had checked the fridge for the keys yet. At this rate, it wouldn't surprise me if that's where they were. Found your stupid shoe. Spencer looked up where he was rummaging through the kitchen drawers for the keys. Tossed the shoe in as it somersaulted through the air and something flew out and hit the floor with a decidedly metallic sound. We both looked at it in surprise. Car keys were sprawled carelessly on the kitchen floor. Bro, how the fuck did your shoes get in the cabinet and your keys got into your shoe? The fuck you doing with your life? What were the keys doing in his shoe? Spencer immediately glared at me. Hey, look at me, I didn't put them there. Yeah, maybe you put them there because you're a fucking idiot. Where did you find this? Cabinet by the front door. I can tell exactly what he was thinking, but I just shrugged. Sorry, wasn't me. Don't know why your shoe was there, but I'm not in the mood to hear you blame me for it. Yeah, bro, this is your fault. He scoffed as he set the shoe down and shoved his foot in it. He snatched the keys off the floor. Yeah, right. Mom hurried back to the kitchen. We found them. Someone put them in the front cabinet. I know, don't ask me. Maybe Dad did it. Whatever, someone probably just wasn't paying attention. Yeah, like Spencer. You two need to leave now. You still have to stop and check in at the office before class. She practically shoved us both through the door. And thus came the quiet, uncomfortable drive to school. Yay. Spencer was driving our shared car, and I was sitting quietly in the passenger seat because fighting over who got to drive just wasn't worth it. I hated driving with him, though, but I had no choice at that point. I was hoping after catching up with a couple of old friends, he might start bumming a ride with one of them. In the meantime, though, so, looking forward to your first day? We might not get along, but I hate awkward silences almost as much as fighting. It should not have been this painful to ride in a car with my brother for 10 minutes. Ah yes, typical Spencer response. Curt, cryptic, utterly useless for conversation. I take that as a no, because of how many classes I have with you. Why the fuck do you hate me so much? Get a life. Really, can we not start the day like this? Then can you not talk to me? I bit my lip and stared out the window. Hey, just like me, I chew on my lip all the fucking time. It would have been nice if we could have, I don't know, supported each other or something, like actual siblings. Yeah, I'm ignoring him, fuck this. He was always like this. I should have been used to it by now. Trying to talk to him anymore never did any good. Over the years, I had learned that the easiest way to avoid an argument with him was to just pretend he didn't exist. I stared out the window, watching the trees pass. I hated this. A few minutes later, we were pulling into the school parking lot. As soon as we found a space, Spencer jumped out and went straight inside. I grabbed my stuff and slammed the door, pausing to take a deep breath. I was not letting him ruin my day, or I'd try not to anyway. By the time I got inside, he was already walking out of the office with his schedule in hand. He didn't even look at me. I guess that was his way of letting me know I was on my own today. Not that I expected anything else. It didn't take long to get my own schedule printed. As I left the office still looking over, I heard a long, familiar squeal heading my way. I couldn't keep the girl off my safe, I saw Allie Fisher, the one person I kept in touch with the last 5 years, barreling towards me. Howdy! Sal, I just saw Spencer. Dang, he's pretty. I didn't think he'd get so tall. He's also a bitch. Ew, that's the first thing you're going to say with me when we're finally together again. Also, that's not tall. You tower over him with a good set of heels. Oh, come on. He's not my brother. I'm allowed to admire him. She grinned and grabbed my arm, pulling me away from the office and down the hall. You're gross, and your crush on him is super weird. Nope, like I said, I'm allowed. Allie, trust me when I say this, you can do better. I agree. No, I don't think so. In fact, I'm thinking later today I need to catch up with Spencer a bit. Shut up. Okay, when do we get to kiss her? Agreed. Why would you get with my brother when you get with me? You homophobic or some shit? Is that the kind of town we're living in? I say again, ew. She just laughed at my discomfort. I couldn't keep the smile off my face as we walked together. We'd kept in touch, but this was my first time actually seeing her in a long time. So, how's the unpacking going? I was just going to call this weekend, but I figured you'd be busy. We were nearly done. Mom's been a total slave driver. It's kind of crazy. I remember how she is. I've actually thought about coming over to help, but then I remember how she is. You're the worst friend. Nah, I'm a great friend, and I'm super glad you're back. This is going to be a great year. I'm glad to be back too. But before anything else, I do have to warn you about. I heard you were back in town. That voice. Shyly, a look she gave me an apologetic smile in return. So this is what she was going to warn me about. Kara, my other friend from Pine Hollow. Do we get to kiss her? I think I should stick around for the full year. Wouldn't want you to end up getting lost again as soon as you're back in town. Well, there goes the idea that people have forgotten about that. Yeah, no, let's be bitchy. I don't intend to get lost anywhere. Oh, I don't intend to get lost anywhere. If you want to, though, I can definitely give you directions. From beside me, Allie snickered quietly, but said nothing. I really couldn't believe Carl was still bitter over that incident. I got that my last disappearance had disrupted a little concert, and she and her brother and her mother had always had big aspirations regarding her musical career. It's not like I'd ruined things on purpose, and I hadn't exactly asked everyone to ditch the concert and join the manhunt for me. I knew it had to have sucked, but I had apologized. I was getting tired of apologizing for something I couldn't even fully remember. Anyway, they're pretty strict on attendance these days. The teachers aren't too keen on people who just take off for attention whatever they want, so you might want to be careful. Also, when I was looking at the itch.io page for the game, why does this game have the tag vampire? And if so, can I know why it has that tag? Because I'm interested. Anyway, they're pretty strict on attendance these days. Teachers aren't too keen on people who just take off for attention whenever they want, so you might want to be careful. Fuck you! I wasn't going to believe convenient amnesia either. Not this time. Fuck you again! She walked past with a glare aimed my way. I let out a long sigh. Well then, what a thing to come back to. My family had moved away before we'd had the chance to work things out, and maybe I could have tried to mend fences with her before we got back. To be fair, I hadn't expected her to still be mad. As it was, this was just another thing to feel guilty for. At the very least, I was sorry that her relationship with Allie soured because of me as well. They clearly weren't exactly buddies anymore either. Sorry about that. I was just getting around to warning you about her. She's been cranky ever since she heard you were coming back. Allie pulled me down the hall in the opposite direction of Kara. Don't apologize. I can't believe she's mad. A lot of people don't get mad about things like that. Well, she thinks I was trying to mess things up for her intentionally because I was jealous, or whatever. That's ridiculous. Maybe, but she wasn't the only one. Half the town thought it was just some cry for attention, remember? Oh, whatever. Everyone who knew you at the time should have known better. That includes Kara. That's when Spencer started hating me too, so maybe they know something I don't. Yeah, like the fact that you aren't human. I gave her a tired smile. Come on, perk up. You can't look all grumpy on your first day. I know. So, what's your first class? Literature, Mrs. Roberts. Same! I was really being around someone who actually wanted me there might make my morning suck a little less. You'll love her, come on. She drive me the rest of the way to class. I immediately scanned for certain unfriendly faces, but were relieved that neither Spencer or Kara wasn't anywhere to be seen. I did see some other familiar faces, though. Oh, it's Danny and Elliot. They were sitting at the far side of their room, surrounded by a group of friends who seemed to be taking great pleasure in prodding Elliot awake every time he nodded off. Maybe we're the vampire. Hell yeah! He's definitely not a morning person. Mood. Let the boy sleep. He's eepy. Elliot's purple hair and black clothes stuck out like a sore thumb among Danny and the rest of the clean-cut, sporty guys. I had the feeling Danny was the main reason he was in that group. Unlike Elliot, who looked out of place, Danny fit in perfectly. I couldn't help but wonder how those two had become friends. They were so different. I thought they were related, honestly. I don't know why, I just assumed they were related. I like Elliot. We're talking to Elliot. Fuck you. Elliot was definitely struggling to stay awake. His head tipped forward, he slowly jerked it back up, sitting up straighter. He let the rest of the group laugh and prodded him. He said something back there and looked around as he'd let out another tongue-curly yawn. Amused, I managed to catch his eye and give him a tiny wave from the doorway. His face brightened up significantly. Sleepiness suddenly vanished as he waved back enthusiastically. Aww. It definitely gave me a bit of a boost to have someone other than Allie look pleased to see me. Elliot motioned me over to their group, but I barely took one step before Allie started putting me towards the front of the room. Come on, I'll introduce you really fast. I'd been committed, I shot Elliot an apologetic smile. He waved again and looked a little forlorn as I was taken away to talk to Mr. Roberts. I mouthed sorry to him, hoping we would be able to catch up later. Allie introduced me to Miss Roberts, who gave me a quick rundown of what the class was studying at the moment. A Midsummer's Night's Dream. I read it last year, actually, so catching up wouldn't be that difficult. We have an empty seat at the front of the class, and several went back. You may take your pick. She shot me a friendly smile that made me feel at ease. I suspected that I'd like her. Welcome back to Stone Circle, Miss Necromata. Thanks, I'm really glad to be back. Unfortunately, none of the seating options were near people I knew, so which is a little bit disappointing. It looks like everyone was paired up for group work. The seat up front was next to a sort of grumpy-looking, well-dressed blonde. He didn't look extremely friendly. He looks like he would murder me. There were also two empty seats paired just to the back and one open seat next to a gloomy boy with messy brown hair. He didn't look up as Mr. Roberts displayed my choices. I don't trust either of these bitches. The only other seat was on the second to last row by the window. I was tempted to be honest, but I should probably take a seat that gives me a reading partner. Both options just like so much fun. Yeah, sure, let's go with the guy who looks like he would murder me. I want to make a terrible impression on this. Plus, I kind of have to sit. That's what I thought. After my experiences with a certain horror game, I do not trust blonde bitches. Especially not men. The second is Harry Potter. Yes, the choices. Horror RPG antagonist and Harry Potter. Anyways, I have to sit at the front because I can't fucking see. I have to sit in front and just hope the blonde was as cranky as he looked. And that he won't stab me under the desk. He smiled a little nervously as he chair next to him. His eyes swept over me, laying me for just a few moments on my face before he looked away. He didn't say anything to introduce himself. How polite. Friendly. So you will be continuing a reading of A Midsummer Night's Dream with your partners. Mark. Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier. If you'd be so good as to share your book with Sal today. I don't want to share anything with him. I think he'd stab me. Now let's turn the novel aside from the boy next to me. To his credit, he tried for a gracious smile. He got an A for effort, but he didn't quite reach his eyes. He sighed inwardly. Maybe I should have just taken the seat at the back. He was clearly rather put out at having to deal with me, but it was too late to pick up and move now. I just had to make the best of it. Mark pushed his playbook between us and turned his chair slightly toward mine. I hope you don't mind sharing with me for today. She sounded slightly less annoyed than he looked. I was hoping that was a good sign. I don't mind. Mr. Roberts will likely have reading material ready for you by tomorrow. It's not a problem. I studied this play last year, so I think I still remember a good bit of it. Besides that, it was my selection of Shakespearean works, and I had read it multiple times. See, if you have some trouble retaining Shakespeare pinning down larger themes in his works, I have some trouble retaining Shakespeare pinning down the larger themes in his works, so perhaps you'd be willing to help me with that. So if we started this unit, my scores haven't been as good as they should be. Mark and murderer both start with an M and have R as their third letter. Chat, we have a theory. He's going to fucking murder us. Anyways, who the fuck has issues understanding Shakespeare? Couldn't be me. Oh, no problem. Bro literally has 0 reading comprehension. Oh, no problem. I love Shakespeare, so I'm really familiar with his style and all. I don't mind helping. I think I would have a heart attack if any of the devs of any games I played showed up in chat, because I like making fun of games, even if I'm enjoying them. I don't have an opinion on this game right now. It's got a lot of words, but it's kind of standard for a visual novel. Maybe I was wrong about him being cranky. He seems nicer than I expected. I see. In that case, I'll be looking forward to your expert opinions as we read. Sorry by the way you said that made it sound like sarcasm. I chose not to respond, at least for now. So, no reason to make a bad impression on the first day. I think there's a reason to make a bad impression. He's making... Chat, why does this man have sharp ears? Let me just... Fuck, no, not camera. I'm trying to, like, show this off right now. Sir? Is that why that tag was there? I was hoping it was the goth boy. Top 10 most disappointing events in history. I nervously tucked my hair behind my ear and leaned closer to look at the book. Even if it's being sarcastic. Hey Zen, I think we found the vampire. I think we found the vampire from the tags, and I dislike it intensely. You just be sarcastic. He's not going to find a better study partner than me. So there. I hope he's not the vampire for the tags. I want it to be the goth boy so bad. So leaned towards him. I couldn't help but notice the expensive-looking watch on his wrist, not to mention his clothes, and actually everything he wore sort of reeked of money. There's nothing wrong with that. But now that I was least closer, I realized mine apparently reeked like really, really nice cologne. Yeah, the kind that made you want to bury your face into his neck and just melt into them, yeah. Stop being weird. Why the fuck are you sniffing someone? What the fuck is wrong with you? I try not to let it distract me. Down, girl, you are not going to make a good impression on anyone who starts sniffing people on their first day. You have already started sniffing someone on your first day. I knew how I was going to focus on reading was sitting next to him was apparently going to be a constant heavenly assault on my olfactory sense. Because it was hard not to pay attention to the cologne, at least from this distance. Girl, chill the fuck out. We're not a dog. Mark was definitely from a wealthy family. Couldn't be the only one in the academy. This was for sure. But most didn't wear their wealth so obviously. Then again, it was probably He probably didn't think he was being obvious about it or anything. He looks fucking unbearable, frankly. I cleared my throat awkwardly. So, where did you leave off last time? I was just beginning Act 3. And we'll just pick up there, naturally. Couldn't think of it, I'd wonder why he was sitting alone if he had so much trouble with this subject, especially when there was another person in the class with no partner. Maybe Mark's virtual partner moved or something? Maybe he killed them. You ever think about that, me? Sutra looked as far as the text, my elbow brushed against Mark's arm. I barely touched him, but he jumped slightly and jerked himself away, moving his arm awkwardly across the desk as to get completely out of my airspace. Mood. Oh god, his name is Mark. The second I heard his name, I was like, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier, because for some reason yeah, he definitely seems annoying. I don't like being touched either, but I don't react like that. Why you acting like I'm gross? Sorry? What was that about? I glanced up as brows were knit together. I was practically boring a hole into the book. It's alright. His tone was tense, he did look up when he spoke. I raised an eyebrows to study it. Sure, some people weren't keen on physical contact, that had been a little dramatic. Alrighty then, moving on, I guess. So this is where bottom and... I'm sorry? I am not mature enough to hear the word bottom. Mark nodded but said nothing else. I may have a few words, I see. Okay, edgelord. For the next 45 minutes, we took turns reading. He stumbled over the lines, frowning intensely at the playbook the entire time. He said he'd been looking forward to my expert opinions, but he didn't exactly give a chance for me to share them. This poor pleb is touching me, probably. He wasn't really unfriendly, but he was doing keep his distance, literally. No, he seems unfriendly, let's be honest. For the moment I touched his arm, he did his best to stay out of my personal space, or keep me out of his, maybe. Awkwardly so, actually. It was to the point of him noticeably moving away from me while he read. So sorry I offended you, Your Highness. I take back what I thought about your heavenly cologne, so there. The bell eventually rang, eliciting a sigh of relief from us both. Mark immediately stood and slid his books into a leather satchel. Who the fuck uses leather? Like, in school? At least for your fucking book bag. Rich ass. To a leather satchel, he nodded stiffly and headed out of the class. I watched him go, curious about what his deal was. He was so standoffish and acted like I nearly burned his flesh off just by brushing his arm. Mysterious. Is he shy? He's just not like commoners like myself? Yeah, I think it's the latter. Maybe I smell weird to him. I see her sniff my sleeve just to be sure. Rich people. How dare this poor person touch me? They're going to get their pour on me. Oh, whatever. It's just one guy in one class. He could be as unsociable as he wanted. I checked my class schedule and wrote as I realized trigonometry was next. No. I'd have to ask Ally about Mark later. Knowing her, she'd probably have tons of juicy details to share. I was pretty sure trigonometry was on the same floor as literature, but it had been several years since I was last year, and I never actually come to the high school wing. I wasn't entirely sure where I was going. Why is it so crowded? I jostled across the hall with the crowd, trying to aim for a nearly empty spot by an open door. And at the same time, I was a pale-haired girl in a blue coat. We only ran into each other, but she caught me by the shoulder, begging me for embarrassing. Why she got non-binary swag? Wait, that voice, that's a guy? Yeah, he has non-binary swag, no way! I stared up at him, but saw what at all. He was so pretty. Trigonometry, triangles, living. No way, it's my Twitter mutual. Her, now. I stared up at him, saw what at all. He was so pretty. How could a guy be that pretty? Pretty boy. Them, now. He smiled down at me. You okay? I didn't mean to nearly crash into you. Oh, yes, sorry, I'm okay. I was clearly straight and tried to get my bearings. I didn't remember being this... Watch it! Someone fairly nearly sheared my nose off with his backpack. I even think they heard me shout. It's always this crowd between classes? Jeez. Hey, can I ask you where... Wish me luck. Before I could finish, the boy bounded away from the wall and, oh no. Excuse my face, he nearly bowled over two pretends twice his size. Expected him to bounce off and go sprawling with sound managed to dodge, and bowl over someone smaller than him instead. I'm so sorry, are you okay? Watched him fuss over the girl for a few seconds before hurrying down the hall, squeezing his way through the crowd. He seemed pretty popular. Everyone waved and called him as he bounced through. It didn't take long to learn that his name was Corvin. No way, like Corvid, like the crow? Crow reference? I fucking love crows. If only because people kept shouting it as they said hello. That's an unusual name. As I got ready to brave the tide of students myself, I noticed a book had fallen in the middle of the hallway, right where Corvin had run into that girl. Oh shoot, did he drop that? No one else appeared for most of there. I held it for a moment. I didn't want to just leave it, but I was really doubtful that my ability to get across the hall and pick something up off the floor without getting steamrolled by the crowd. And I was going to be late if I waited until the hall cleared to get it. Still, it was going to get damaged if I just left it in the middle of the floor. I'd probably either return it to Corvin or get it to the office. Car-ass sounding name. Dive into the sea of students and hope for the best. Someone clipped the edge of the book with their foot as they walked past, letting it slide across the tile at the end of the lockers. I couldn't watch anymore. At this rate, it would be ruined. I shifted my backpack slightly and practically threw myself into the crowd. If a pretty boy could do it, so could I. Probably. It wasn't quite as easy as he made it seem, probably because he was at least 6 inches taller than me. Not that I was short or anything, it was just really crowded. I jostled my way through the hurried students, nearly losing an eye to a wayward backpack at least once. When I was finally near the other side of the hall, I made a sort of dive around the corner for the book. A head of white, long hair came into my field of view a few seconds too late. I wasn't able to halt my momentum before our skulls clashed into each other. Ow. Oof. Ah. I trashed on the floor, seeing stars that clutched my head. Pretty boy was back, and his head must have been made of titanium. Jeez. Yeah, I need to start wearing a helmet. Ow. Oh my god, are you okay? I didn't see you. Oh, he was 2 for 2 when it came running into me at this point. If he kept this up, I was going to have to start considering a possibility that he or I were soulmates, or somehow I became magnetized in the last 10 minutes. Soulmates. We gotta date the guy with the non-binary swag. I blinked rapidly, waiting for my vision to come back fully before I answered. A pair of large hands closed on my shoulders and started shaking me. Are you alright? Can you see me? Do I need to get you to the office? Please stop shaking me. Sorry, you just weren't answering, so I was worried. I rubbed my forehead and peered at the blobber with one eye. We stared back at each other for a long time. He really had the most amazing green eyes. Shoot, I dropped my glasses. He looked so cute with that band-aid, agreed. He suddenly started looking around wildly for the glasses that were right by his knee. I picked them up and handed them over. Relatable. He shoved them onto his face and looked at me again, smiling this time. I think he dropped a book earlier. I was trying to get it so I could turn it to you. Oh yeah, he just came back for it and he blinked suddenly, giving me another long look. When did you see me drop it? Earlier when we ran into that girl. Right. It was kind of crowded though. You must have a good eye. Well, I was watching since we nearly run into each other. You sort of ran out into the crowd right after. But yeah, we nearly ran into each other over there too. I guess everything was meant to be. Thanks for trying to save my book. That was sweet. He shoved it into his backpack before standing and offering me his hand. I took it and pulled myself to me, if only because I was still a bit dizzy from the epic headbutt. Thanks. He didn't immediately look over my head, instead pulled me slightly closer, peering very seriously into my eyes. Whoa. I felt my face hang up again under scrutiny. What's your name? I'm Sal. Personal space, buddy. Do you understand it? Does anyone in this fucking town understand personal space? I tried to pull up my hand away and quickly, instantly released it, smiling slightly. He reached up and gently brushed my hair away from my cheek. He chuckled softly. Well, I'm glad to have met you, Sal. The only person who has understood the only 2 people who've understood how the fuck to stay in my personal space that are men is the goth boy and the guy who appears to be fucking afraid of touching a poor person. Before I could say much else, he was called away by another boy and darted off, leaving me staring after him. Whoa, just what was that? Holding hands with someone on the first day? I'm impressed. I shook myself out of that daze and glared at Allie. We weren't holding hands, he was helping me stand. Right. Oh, what happened to your head? Oh, that guy, I think his name was Corvin. He and I sort of ran into each other. Nice, yeah. If you're going to find a crazy way to introduce yourself to a guy, go to some classic works. Yeah, I did not bash my head to his just to meet him. Right. But he was pretty cute, yeah? Agreed. I rolled my eyes. Whatever. Can you show me where Trig is before we're both late? He's still stuck with directions. Come on. My next 2 classes were very boring. This way came to the academic content. When it came to social interaction, though, it was definitely a different story. First of all, Corvo was in trigonometry. He didn't seem to notice me at all, though. Not that I was surprised. I definitely been right about him being popular. He's surrounded by others before class started. The crowd around Danny in literature was nothing compared to that of people vying for Corvo's attention. It was a little weird, actually. I mean, he is pretty. On top of that, he was a complete and total klutz. He dropped his pencil a dozen times, tripped over his own feet, and at one point somehow landed on another student's desk face first. Yeah, I've done that. In most schools, he probably would have been a laughingstock. Not so much here. In fact, the other students were fought over every time he hurt himself. 3 different people offered to escort him to the nurse for an ice pack after he fell. Allie has taste, but I hope she's for us too. Yeah. We need to be able to make out with her. He was kind of an airhead, but I guess he must have been really, really nice to have that many friends and admirers. It's probably cynical to think it might just be the way he hemorrhaged compliments. Corvo's antics aside, Spencer was in both trig and chemistry. I couldn't help but wonder how having 2 classes with me must have impacted how good a day he was having. And if watching him all day between glaring him to I didn't exist was bad enough, Kara was also in chemistry with us. The moment she saw me and gave me a smug little grin, I instantly was up. So I was a little apprehensive of going to class. It was sad we hadn't managed to patch things up, but I was ultimately okay with her not liking me. I wasn't okay with her trying to pick fights and cause problems just for the sake of doing it, though. And it didn't take long to work out what she was up to. I hadn't even gotten to my desk when 2 people introduced themselves as Luke and Emery practically set up camp nearby and peppered me with questions about what the whole child disappearing act. I didn't remember either of them, so I didn't think they were students who were at school when it happened, and yet they definitely got in a pretty detailed version of what happened from somewhere. Damn it, Kara. Why is everyone's skin tone so ashy? God. So you two really don't remember what happened while you were missing? So do you really? Not you two. So, have you were attacked by a bear or something? So I see you really witnessed to a murder out there, but none of the other victims were found. What murder? Do you think you blocked all of it out because of trauma? No way, we ran into Purple Guy. No way, guys. Is it true the police questioned you guys because they thought you tried to kill each other? Yeah, we mauled him. Shot Spencer a quick look at that one. Is that how you got injured or whatever? Spencer was gritting his teeth, glaring at me. Not good. So I could practically see the red flashing light above his head declaring a level C7 nuclear event was imminent. Is there a way to just not talk about this? Come on, we're just curious. I sighed, tried to figure out a diplomatic way to tell them to just shut the fuck up. I'm not saying heck. Shut the fuck up before my brother had a meltdown. The man behind the slaughter. It's a really long time ago. We just got back to town trying to settle in. There isn't much to tell anyway, but I think we'd rather not talk about it all the time. Everyone, please take your seats. Teacher's words, everyone reluctantly retreated, leaving Spencer and me alone. I was trying to look anywhere but at him. I honestly hadn't expected anyone to bring this stuff up again. My gaze fell on Kara, who was still giving me that same smile. Of course, someone was intentionally trying to bring it all up again, and it was no wonder people were interested. I sighed, trying to stir up rumors using that of all things was really the most pointless endeavor. Fortunately, by the time class released, everyone seemed more interested in getting to the cafeteria before the lines got too long. Or maybe the average student's attention span wasn't long enough to remember that Spencer and I had an interesting backstory. Regardless, the class emptied quickly, which left me to find my way to the cafeteria alone. Flip Kara off. Agreed. I want to make her school hell. Fortunately, it didn't take long. Of course our school mascot is a fucking unicorn. Fortunately, it didn't take me long. I just had to follow the smell of old hot dogs and sweaty feet. Why the fuck do you why the fuck do you describe the smell like that? Allie was nowhere in sight, so I just grabbed a sandwich and found an empty spot to eat alone. Yay. I barely sat down when someone else plucked a tray of food down directly across from me. I looked up, hoping to see Allie, but instead saw the messy-haired boy from literature. No way, we get to meet Harry Potter. Oh, what was his name again? Sorry, this is where I usually sit. They don't like if I sit anywhere else. They? Are your friends? Are they coming too? Should I move? He looked at me with gentle brown eyes and a serious expression. No, no one else is coming. And who are they? The they you were referring to? I asked it though. He just sat down quietly, started eating without looking at me. I stood up surreptitiously while trying to eat. He was a little disheveled and gloomy. He definitely seemed shy, or maybe just socially awkward. I wasn't sure which. He seems depressed. He definitely wasn't much for talking, though. A heavy silence descended on us. I lamented silently about how much I hated awkward silences. So, I'm Sal. We had one class together, so it wouldn't hurt to at least properly introduce myself, right? William. No way! William Afton, the man behind the slaughter? No way! We looked up, I was startled, but a sad look on his face. It's good that you don't have to sit by me in class. You shouldn't sit here tomorrow either. What the heck? Who says that kind of thing? Why would he even say something like that out of nowhere? It's because he's the man behind the slaughter. I couldn't help but wonder if it was because of Kara stirring things up. Who knew all she had been saying to people? Harry Afton. William Potter. How do I even respond to that? I just looked away, biting my lip to stop myself from saying something unnecessarily angry. I guess I won't. I sat silently for a few minutes before I stood abruptly and grabbed my tray with my sandwich. I wasn't sure why people were so intent on being jerks to me on my first day. Girl, it isn't about you. He's depressed. I wasn't really in the mood to put up with it anymore. But if I stayed slightly unnecessarily angry, it was inevitable. I'm done. Bye. William jumped to his feet. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. I just... Sudden jolt, my lunch tray flipped out of my hands. Brandon's sandwich gets would fly everywhere. He cartwheeled through the air before slamming into the floor, skidding about 10 feet. He turned after in shock. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have... I'm sorry, you should stay away from me. He picked up his things and fled the room, leaving me standing there gaping at the mess of the floor. He handed the tray, and I definitely hadn't thrown it. What just happened? No way, he has magic. He really is Harry Potter. Here cafeteria was dead quiet. I could practically feel their eyes on me. Even Spencer was staring from across the room. Give him a therapy session. Does this school have a school counselor? Because everyone needs it. I went, and it's not like I was expecting him to ask for some care, I think, but he just calmly went back to eating as if he didn't know me. I left the mess on the floor, ran out of the cafeteria, already so over the day. Nothing was going the way I thought it would. The rest of my day was uneventful. I only have to talk about my incidents in every single class. It was the same barrage of questions every time. Did I really lose my memory? What did I really see in the woods? Why did Spencer get questioned by the police? Did he really get attacked by an animal, or was it me? It was definitely us. Did I see a murder by William Afton, the guy who goes to the same school as us and also has magic? Was I abducted by aliens? No, I was abducted by the Fae. I still couldn't believe someone actually asked me the last one. In a non-ironic way, I made a mental note to stay far, far away from that kid. Yeah, he clearly doesn't understand the Fae. I couldn't avoid talking about it every time. Some students were relentless. Eventually I just settled to the same rote answers. Yes, I really lost my memory. No, I don't know what I saw, but I was pretty sure it wasn't murder. Police were trying to cover all their bases, but Spencer had nothing to do with it. He really was attacked by something, but it wasn't me. Are we sure about that? As far as I was aware, no aliens were involved, but the Fae were. Most people opted to leave me alone when they realized they weren't going to get any juicy details out of me, so otherwise there were no major problems. At any rate, no one else decided to be blatantly rude to me. What I really wanted to do was grab Allie. I keep wanting to say Ally because that's how her name is spelled. And talk to her about what happened at lunch. But I didn't get a chance to... I needed a chance. I mean, I knew... She knew that guy better than I did. At the very least, she could tell me if it was just me, or if they treated everyone that way. The Fae! We didn't get any afternoon classes together, and I hadn't seen her in the hall either. It was a little lonely, to be honest. Especially since the day was such a mixed fuck. I can't speak. I knew I'd settled in. I knew the rumors would die out no matter how much Kara or anyone else tried to stir them up. There was just nothing to really talk about anyway. I knew the first days were usually kind of rough, but I couldn't deny I'd been hoping for better. We met a cute guy. We met multiple cute guys. What else can you want? My hair was powdered by the time I made my way to my locker and dumped the last of my newly assigned books in it. We also met cute girls. I stood quietly for a moment, head leaning against the side as I geared myself up for the tense ride home. Hey, Sal. I turned hesitantly sideways, but I realized it was only Elliot. So I down was going to pick a fight or interrogate me. Goth boy! He gave him a tired smile. Whoa, you okay? You look, kind of pale. Are you feeling sick? I'm fine. If anyone looks pale, it's you. And I'm into that. This is why you carry your phone and talk to your online friends. This is why you carry your phone and talk to your online friends 24/7. You sure you're looking kind of anemic? You don't have any right to be speaking on that. I'm not anemic, just tired. It was a long day. Yeah, I heard. A lot of people are talking about you, your brother, all day. Yeah, tell me about it. I slammed my locker door and hefted my book bag to my shoulder. I also saw what happened at lunch. Yeah, about that. It's fine. It's not a big deal. I'm not mad at anyone over that. Are you sure? Yeah, like I said, it wasn't a big deal. Okay, just don't take it personally, okay? Everyone here has their stories, you know what I mean? I suppose I should know that better than anyone. And don't worry about people talking about you. I mean, they'll stop soon. Probably. Encouraging. Yeah, I couldn't complain. He was trying to cheer me up, and that was sweet. I'm sure they will. I rubbed my head and gave him another exhausted smile. I should go. The evil twin is probably already waiting impatiently for me. Okay, I have a club meeting I need to get to. I really hope you feel better. I'll be fine. Don't worry about me. He was so earnest that I managed a genuine smile this time. I'll be fine, really, but thanks for worrying about me. I really do appreciate it. No problem. You shut doors right here away from my face, peering closely at me. I might would say this, but go eat some liver or something. You really do look super pale. I have chronic anemia, you fucking idiot. Really not anemic, but thanks for the concern. I just have a headache, I promise. Okay, well, take care of yourself, okay? I will. Now down the hall, head for the stairwell. I want you to go, shaking my head slightly. Weirdo, stop worrying so much about my blood. He's so sweet, we need to be friends at least. Anyway, I made my way outside, keeping an eye out for Spencer as I went. I wasn't looking forward to the drive home at all. This time I'd just stay silent. I don't think I could handle another argument today. My nerves were already pretty frayed. I jogged across the front lawn towards the parking lot in spite of my head. If anything, Spencer complaining that I made him wait would just make my headache worse anyway. I immediately spotted the car and it looked like Spencer was already waiting. I picked up the pace. When I got home, I was just going to go upstairs and immediately crash and sleep. Wait, what is he doing? I was at 20 yards from him, so why was Spencer already backing out of the parking space? Did he not see me? I waited for hours I ran. I wonder if he thought I was getting a ride with Allie or something. Right away, we pulled out of the space, looked at me, and drove off. Wow, what a dick. Are you kidding me? I nearly threw my backpack on the ground and had a tantrum right there in full view of everyone. Yanking my foot out, I sent a flurry of angry texts. What are you doing? You looked right at me. Hello? Are you coming back to get me? Stop ignoring me. 10 minutes later, there was still no answer. I tried calling twice, but he didn't pick up. Tears of frustration stung my eyes as I clutched my backpack so hard the strap cut into my hand. He wasn't coming back. He just left me there while looking right at me. Why? How could he do that? The curricula was rapidly emptying, but I was not going to stand there and cry in front of everyone. I would stand there and cry in front of everyone. Dude's being a dick. Let me get some sympathy. Trembling with fear, I stormed away to find a place to calm down. Think and plot how I was going to murder my brother in his sleep. Tell Mom. I don't think she cares. She kind of just used us as a slave. After I figured out how I was going to get home, I could text Mom. She and Dad were both at work. Grandma and Grandpa would be busy too. I flopped out of a tree back corner of the parking lot. Allie said that she had a club meeting, so I didn't think she would give me a ride unless I waited for her to finish. I didn't know anyone else well enough to ask. I bit my lower lip hard and looked up quickly, trying to blink away the tears before they spilled over. But there was no one nearby unless someone walked past me. I didn't think I'd be easily seen. I finally gave it a bare my face on my knees, sobbing quietly, half from anger and half from sheer disappointment. The whole day had just kind of sucked, and I felt stupid for being glad to be back. You crying? Shoot. I looked up hastily, wiping my face at someone who was crashing my pity party. The other guy with sharp ears. How many fucking vampires are in this game? Jesus Christ. I'm fine. I rubbed the back of my head across my eyes, feeling pathetic. There was no way he'd believe I wasn't crying. Really? I nodded vigorously, but from his tone, it was obvious he knew it wasn't true. He scoffed. Whatever. She turned away and walked to a motorcycle parked nearby. I can't believe someone caught me crying. What a dick. Well, time to start hiking. How middle school of me. I watched him sit the helmet on to see his stow in his backpack. Probably should have stared, but he was kind of rude, so I was going to stare all I wanted. If I was going to revert back to old school, my behavior might as well take it all the way. I was glanced this way again. I brushed and grabbed something and stalked back over. Suddenly, a square rectangular. I barely managed to catch it. Tissues. What a rude asshole. Thanks. Maybe he's actually a nice guy? He shrugged. Is the razor you're sitting back and crying? I'm not crying. Fuck you. So I'm not crying. I mean, obviously I have been. I like to stick to my guns. He looked close slightly and smirked down at me. You can say I'm the president, which is true. Touché. Maybe you are the president. I don't fucking know. Thanks for the tissues, I mean, not for badgering me about crying. It wasn't badgering, I was asking. It's not my problem. Or not a problem. I'm... Ewan? Ewan? That was an interesting name. Ewan. Thank you for telling me how to pronounce the game. So, he just nodded and crouched next to me. I don't recognize you. I'm new, sort of. I used to live here a few years ago, but I just moved back. Ah, you're that girl. He gave a question look, but he just shrugged. I heard some kids talking about a new girl saying about disappearance a few years back. Again, that's me. I say, well, you look more normal than I expected. Rude? Unprovoked? What's that supposed to mean? Hey, I was just about to leave. Are you waiting for a ride? Do you need a lift or something? Oh, I don't, my brother ditched me, so I don't know yet. I'm still trying to figure out how to get home. I'll give you a ride if you don't mind riding a motorcycle. I haven't ridden it before. Not going to force you. Bit my lip. I couldn't accept a ride for what I didn't know, but at the same time, I didn't know if anyone else could get me. I don't like you. Thanks, but I can't ask you to do that. I'll just text her where I know until someone shows up or forces my idiot brother to come back for me. Thanks, I really, really appreciate the offer. Yeah, good luck with that then. He shoved his helmet on his head and left pretty quickly. I watched him go, somewhat regretting my decision. With a sigh, I pulled out my phone and texted Allie. So my idiot brother lifted me here. I hate to bug you, but can I get a ride? What? I'm in a club right now, but I can leave early. Where are you? Sure, I'm outside by some huge tree. Descriptive. Hang on, I'll be right there. There's no way Allie wouldn't realize I'd been crying, but I did my best to look cheerful by the time she came out. Oh my god, are you okay? I mean, he just ditched me, like he actually pushed me out of the car or anything. She paused to give me a critical look. He cried. Yes, I did. Hey, let's not talk about that. She finally almost thought she wasn't going to let me get away with that. She finally just shrugged and started walking towards the parking lot. She pushed me to follow her as she headed to her tiny old car. So, when are you getting your own vehicle? I don't know. I tried to save up. The move kind of threw me off. Man, Spencer is a real piece. Yeah. I guess he's just having a hard time moving on. Everyone is asking so many questions today probably just dredged up some unpleasant memories. It was hard for me to talk about. It was definitely harder on him. I was telling myself that anyway. It just felt like an excuse. Grown as I flopped on the front seat of the car of Allie's car, and tossed my backpack behind me. Stay sucked. Everything just picked up right where it left off. Didn't expect it to be like this. Allie got in and paused, looking at me curiously. Cautiously, I think. Well, I'm sure that's true for Spencer, too. I know. I didn't think I ever expected everyone to start asking about that. Seems like our old friend was running around encouraging it. I thought so. She was getting quite smug about the whole thing during chemistry. Want to beat her up? We need to kiss her, please. Yes. Yes, you should beat her up. Beat the shit out of her. Kill her. I scoffed. Allie, I've seen you rescue earthworms from the pavement after the rain because you're worried they'll die when the puddles dry up. Hey, I've done that. It's so sad. After the sun comes out, they get all hot and swollen, and my point is, I highly doubt you're capable of beating up anyone. I'm capable of beating up people. I can give her a very thorough verbal thrashing. I'm sure that would make it worse. You shouldn't put yourself between us. In any case, that wouldn't change that Spencer hates me. He doesn't hate you, Sal. Sure, seems like it. Something traumatic happened to him. This is just a bizarre way of coping with having it brought up again. Yeah, I'd still suggest that he needs to get therapy. Doesn't excuse ditching at school. Don't think I'm saying that. I'm just saying he probably had a rough day too. I know that. I just felt really tired. I didn't know how long I could take the blame or how many times I could apologize. Maybe he'll be willing to talk it out with you someday. Well, he's not going to get the chance because when I get home, I'm going to kill him. I'll help you hide the body. She's a real ride or die. Good. I grinned at her. Thanks. No problem. A good friend is always willing to help hide a body or two. She gave me a sidelong look. Seriously though, I hope he gets trash duty for at least a month. I'm still really glad to be back. I'm glad you're back too. Despite everything, catching up to Allie was kind of fun. We finally had time to catch up a bit, so that at least was a good thing. And when I got home, Dad was there and Spencer was already in so much trouble. All in all, it was as terrible and into the day as I expected. Paranormal Mysteries Club. Pretty sure I was dreaming. Oh, of course this happens in October. But it was cold and pitch black. There was no sound, no sensation. I tried to move, but it was as if the darkness was weighing me down. I tried to scream, but there was nothing. I couldn't hear the sound of my own voice. I couldn't feel myself screaming. As I waited for any sign, any sound or hint of life, slowly became aware of the fact that I was running. Something of sensation began to creep back. My feet were crashing through what felt like underbrush. The cold prickle of wet pine needles jabbed me as I ran. I have to find what? I didn't know. Inwardly, I screamed at myself to stop running. No, not yet, not yet. It's as if my voice was speaking, but it wasn't me. It sounded raspy and weird. I didn't even know what I meant by that. Finally, I came to a halt. My head reached out to stand myself against something. I felt scratchy burn against my skin. But when I touched it, reality came crashing back. Rather, it felt like I was crashing from nothingness back to reality. I expected to wake up in my bed in a cold sweat, but when I came to, I was standing up. I wasn't even in my room, much less in my bed. I was in the woods, surrounded by trees on all sides. Damn, bitch, you taking some Ambien? You taking some fucking Ambien? Ambien's a bitch. Panic rose in my throat. Did I do it again? The strange sensation of crashing back to reality was both eerily familiar and terrifyingly nostalgic. I'd felt it before. How long had I been gone this time? My heart was thudding uncomfortably as I looked around and listened for search parties. It's probably stupid to immediately say I've been missing for weeks already, but it's not like it would have been unprecedented. It was only silence. I wasn't sure whether I should have been relieved or not, but at the very least I must have not been gone missing long. But now what? It was dark but cloudless. I was in the middle of a clearing, so the moon lit up my surroundings pretty well. I turned, trying to get my bearings. So I great relief, I had a warm glow of light through the trees, only a short distance away. Was I sleepwalking, or something? That had never happened before, especially not to the point that I ended up outside. Ambien. I took a deep breath and started my way back towards the lights. It was freezing, and before I stopped to contemplate major questions about the current situation, I needed to get back home. I should worry about the sudden sleepwalking problem after that. So I had to disallow a long howl. A shiver crawled up my spine, looked anxiously over my shoulder. Coyote, maybe? Werewolf? It was ways off, but still too close for comfort. I carefully picked my way through a little gully, wincing as I found a blackberry vine I hadn't been looking for. Ow, ow, ow. It managed to wrap myself around both legs in no time. Thorns jabbed at my fingers and I tried to pry it off in the dark. Sun crackle over the brush once I immediately put my heart in my throat again. What was that? Straight to see the shadows. It might have been a deer, but this area did apparently have black bears, not just things like cougars. Everything was silent again. I was thinking of making a break for the lights. They were maybe 40 yards away and up a little hill. I could make it. Suddenly a shadow moved. I tried to make it out of its shape, but it was deep in the trees, out in the moonlight. To my relief, it looked like it was moving away from me. But when it suddenly broke into a run, what? It was also sort of a glistening person-shaped. So else saw her too? But who? Were they watching me? Follow the shadow. I gripped myself with the blackberry vines and thought of chasing the shadow figure. Well, I wasn't smart, but I wasn't thinking clearly. It was outside and someone was stalking me. I wanted to know who it was and what was going on. I'd only got a few feet before I realized that everything between me and this area was a sea of tangled blackberry vines. We dying with this one! They're already stacking my pants, stabbing my legs and feet. Ouch, 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 ouch. Getting better with that decision, I retreated aside and lit my way back up the gully towards the lights. Kept an eye out for that in case that figure came back. They were nowhere to be seen. If you're alone in the woods with bears, make noise. They'll avoid you. Just start screaming. Like that video. Have y'all ever seen that? I know Zen has. Have y'all ever seen that video of the fucking nature documentary about the mice where it just erupts into screaming? Top of the glamours, I'd just been below my house the entire time. The lights had seen from Elliot's back porch. Thank goodness. The back gate had been left wide open. Must have come through here. For the looks of it, I was right. I hadn't been gone long. The lights were still off inside. Fortunately, I woke up before I got too far away. I'm dead ass. No, but I need to. I'll post it on Twitter. Hold on. Okay, there. I let myself into the yard, quietly creeping to the house and to the partially open back door. It was so weird knowing that I'd come this way, but I didn't remember any of it. It wasn't like it was usual for me, but thank you. We'll watch after the stream. You're welcome. I could not. I just could not afford to start this stuff up again. As I was shutting the door, I heard this soft movement behind me. I spun around, startled. Switch was at the bottom of the stairs. I could barely make his foothold until light from over the stove. What are you doing? I was on Ambien. I just stepped out for some air. Couldn't sleep. I wasn't about to tell him I'd gone for a little sleepwalk in the woods at night. I pattered across the trying to get up the stairs, but Spencer blocked my way. That's all you were doing? I'm on Ambien. Yeah, that's it. Can you let me go to my room? I'm freezing. Wait a second. I'd been doing the creepy sleepwalking thing and had to do some serious thinking about that, but what are you doing up? Are you coming in? Thought it might be a burglar. Well, it's not. Well, it's not. Just me. And since I live here, could you please move? He didn't look like he wanted to, but if I stepped aside and let me pass. It was until I shut the door of my room that I realized Spencer had been fully dressed and wearing shoes. How was he fully dressed if he got up when he heard me come in? Hey, maybe he'd throw his clothes on when he thought he heard someone downstairs. No one wanted to confront a potential thief in a t-shirt and boxers. I would. I assumed. I would. But I was way too tired to dwell on that. Before I could get back to sleep, I had to pick the thorns out of my feet, then disinfect the numerous cuts and scrapes. That occupied me far longer than I could have liked. When I finally fell into bed, I didn't have any more answers about why I'd been outside than I did when I first woke up out there. And I wasn't sure if there was anyone I could tell about it, not without kicking up a fuss. I really, really didn't want that. Before bed last night, and before my nighttime escapades in the woods, Allie and I had texted quite a bit before my less than exemplary first day at school. She casually informed me that she would be driving me there and back for the foreseeable future, or at least until I got my own car. Fortunately, she lived in the same neighborhood, so it didn't really be an inconvenience for her to stop by. The drawback was that she usually had to arrive early because she did extra credit work in the office. It was mostly just filing and such, but it meant she had to be there quite a bit before class started. I know I keep coming in and out, but I gotta do dishes before I run out of energy. Honestly, I'd probably need to quit in a little bit, because I'm fucking tired. Would y'all be okay with me ending the stream here, and we could, like, continue next Saturday? Because I know we haven't gotten much done, but I'm fucking hungry. Hey, yeah, if you need to. Okay, let me just... Menu... Save... There. Okay, so I think that went well for the first stream, for this little series. Have you heard of the need to see how we'll make you? Thanks. Hope you guys are looking forward to whatever I stream next week, and obviously the next Saturday stream I'll continue playing this game.